wow, look at this place. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. Is this paradise? I mean, only minutes ago, I was experiencing the worst moment in my life, paying for the worst decision I ever made. I was hanging on this cross, and there was this man named Jesus hanging on the cross next to me. Unlike me, he should not have been there. I deserved to be there. That guy on the other side of him did too. I mean, we cursed this man. Yet the curses that the guy screamed at Jesus confused me. He said, "Are you the Christ? Save yourself and us." Yet he wasn't alone. Those below us, the soldiers, and even the religious leaders were mockingly screaming, "He saved others, let him save himself if he is the Christ of God, his chosen one." I watched this man, this Jesus, closely. I had to know why these people were screaming such words at him. He was brutally beaten before they nailed him to the cross. And I'll tell you, I've never seen a man in that condition. I could not believe it when I saw that he somehow was able to carry his cross for a time. But his body eventually gave out, and there was this man with 2 sons who was pulled from the crowd and forced to carry it for him. Yet Jesus kept walking, like he had some mission to complete. I can still hear the soldiers' laughs and the clanging sound as they nailed those spikes into his wrist and feet. That other guy, well, when they fastened him to that cross, he cursed loudly, yelling at those soldiers and others who were mocking him. And as those spikes went into my wrist and in my feet, I'll tell you, I screamed. It was terrible. It was the worst pain I ever felt in my life. Yet I will never forget the words that came from Jesus' mouth as they laid his brutalized body on that cross and lifted him up. What Jesus cried out, friends, was amazing. He pushed up from that nail in his feet, took a deep breath, and said in a loud voice, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." How could he, Jesus, pray for God to forgive those who were doing this to him? How could he call God his Father? Now above his cross they placed a sign, and I had to lean forward to see it. It read this is the King of the Jews. Could it be that Jesus is a king? Still hearing insults being hurled at Jesus, something came over me. I couldn't control myself. Something, or better yet, perhaps someone, was telling me that Jesus was a king and that God is his Father. He is the Son of God, the Messiah for whom we have been longing. I pushed up from that nail in my feet, and I took a deep breath, and I screamed at that man on the cross next to Jesus, "Do you not fear God, since you are under the same sentence of condemnation? And we indeed justly, for we are receiving the due reward for our deeds. But this man has done nothing wrong." I pushed up again, and it was so painful. I looked at Jesus and said, "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." He turned to look at me. Those eyes, I will never forget them. There was such love in his eyes. And then Jesus said, "Truly, I say to you, today you will be with me in paradise." A thick darkness came over the land. I could not see a thing. Someone screamed that the temple curtain had been torn from the top to the bottom. With that, I heard Jesus yell, "Father, into your hands I commit my spirit." And then he died. The last thing I remember is those soldiers breaking my legs. I could not breathe. Yet I could not get that thought out of my mind. Jesus said I would be with him in paradise. I guess I closed my eyes, and now I'm right where he promised I'd be.